What's up, everybody? It's Jeffrey Lyles, welcoming you to another edition of Lyles Movie Files. Joining me, as always, this little brother Jace, Bro Shot. How you doing tonight?
Good. Back on a Wednesday night. Some of us don't miss the queue. Oh no, last week was you with a migraine, which bad, big bad. So big bad. So good to be back. Ready for we're in July, holding it down. So let's have it. Let's get it done.
There's a lot to talk about, so let's jump into it. I need to check the text that I sent you on how we're doing all this stuff, just so I can make sure got all this together because it was just I kept turning around and there was more stuff. I was like, good grief. Where do I want to start? Let's see. Let's go with this. Moana is hitting theaters real soon. And for The Rock, it's not looking good yet again. And right now, let me see. As I right now check one more time with this because this is one I did not watch the animated version and I had no like, oh man, I'm so excited about seeing this. So right now it is 36% fresh on Rotten Tomatoes.
Wow. That's no bueno. Seems really sudden for Moana to have a live action. Most of the live actions have been 20, 30 years, and maybe Moana's been out that long and I don't recognize it because I didn't see it either. But this seems really sudden to go, hey, let's do a live action. I mean, I get it. Hey, we got Rock and he still can do it, so why not do it now? But I don't see what the rush was. But I also don't understand why am I competing against Toy Story 5?
Great question. To your point, Moana came out in 2016. I guess this was they wanted to get it out there before Rock couldn't legitimately play his role in the film. Maybe.
I mean, again, this dude's a freak of nature. The fact he's in his 50s and still looks like he's, he can whoop my tail. But I don't think it was necessary to have Rock just, hey, let's set this project 20, 30 years so kids be like, I'd like to see that in live action or whatever technology they come up with then versus we need to get Rock in here. I did find it cool that the girl who's playing Moana is actually Captain Typho's daughter. I'm like, oh, that is cool. That came about this. That's been making the social media around. Like, okay, glad she's sticking with the Disney family. But
still needs a Black Series figure, by the way. Those of you keeping track at home.
Yeah, I don't see why. He should be one of those easy ones. And if you could do a 2-pack with him and Princess Amidala in her, she's Senator Amidala in that fighter outfit would be kind of cool.
Yeah, there you go. And that one's a decoy. I mean, you have different head sculpts. It's right there.
Oh yeah,
right there. Anyway, this is Movie Files. So, before we go any further, let's make sure we say what's up to everybody in the chat. Jalen Parks is like, am I too early? Just a little bit. Everybody's just coming through late. Lawson Wallace, I'm hitting that like button. I hope you all will join me. Thank you so much, Lawson. Snake Eyes, tip of the hat to you. Howdy, partners. Yes, y'all. You don't stop. Jamelin, I hope y'all are having a nice week. So far, so good. I'm very happy to finally get my haircut. King Collector's here. The King is in the building. What's up, Royalty? What's up, y'all? No, there's a reason. It's a reason. Hey, Jeffrey, Jace, and the Lyles Movie Files crew. So, for at least a few weeks, it's gonna be the two of us. Just two of us. Chief has to work evening, so he's gonna, unless he calls in, which he won't tonight. But we'll see him soon. But hopefully Chief is not bored. King Collector, I bet it's a good movie, a big adventure. I think you're right though when you said that they should have waited longer because typically they go animated and then live action when the young kids who watch the movie are now parents taking their kids to the movie. And yeah, that is an interesting point I didn't think of.
I mean, because I remember, I guess it was pre-pandemic when we saw Coco. I mean, hey, I think Coco's way too advanced to try and do that in a live action. I really like the animated, but if they tried to put Coco in live action, it'd be like, guys, just re-release it. I mean, oh wait, we don't re-release anything on Blu-ray because we're stupid. Right, I forgot that part. Yeah, that's where moving. Oh, we shipped everything to Disney Plus, and we can't even make more money on the thing that we actually own, which is. So we'll spend $120 plus million to hopefully make that in double profits, but it's not guaranteed.
All right. You asked me about this. So let's run through this really quickly. The Emmys nominations were released today. And yeah. So let's go into these nominees. The nominees are Outstanding Variety Series, The Daily Show, Jimmy Kimmel Live, Last Week Tonight with John Oliver, The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, and Saturday Night Live. What's your thoughts on the winner there?
This one doesn't count. Tommy Dreamer style. That's going to Stephen Colbert, and it's been John Oliver's rocking for years, and now that is going to Stephen Colbert.
Yeah. Outstanding reality competition program. No Big Brother, shocker. Speaking of, Big Brother starts tomorrow. Let me see here.
Oh,
yes,
right.
It starts tomorrow. My DVR is queued up and ready whenever. I think it is tomorrow though, and I've got to tell you, why when I put in Big Brother? See, this is why when you try to do stuff and it just doesn't. Tomorrow. Season 28. They've shown the cast, and man, I feel like I already watched this season and been thoroughly disappointed by it. Like, they look like they are literally just, hey, we need a farmer. We need a nerdy chick with big, obnoxious glasses. We need a blonde with, we need a blonde who can fill out a swimsuit. We also need a black lawyer chick. It's like, gosh.
Wait, we got.
Can we shake it up a bit?
Okay.
Yes.
We really do have a farmer, dude. Oh my. Wait, he's a bartender, but he wears overalls. Okay.
He's a farmer. What up, Lefty? It's just so bogus. I bet he wishes he were rewatching the Fantastic Four movies. He has to go into manholes and take care of stuff. It's crazy. Hard work out there, man. I mean, the cast looks like everyone. There's literally a dude who looks exactly like a guy, Riley, from a season or 2 seasons ago with a short mustache. I'm like, can y'all put any effort into this? Let's bring in some 30 and 40-year-olds and 50-year-olds in the house. I can see that.
Okay. I'm looking at the dude, Jason. It's like, we just meet an everyman football-ish, and we don't know what else. It's like, okay, come on. Like, oh my gosh, I didn't see his occupation. All right, never mind.
What's occupation?
Oh man. Yeah, but here I'll say when you were talking about the time when they had people that were older, they were trying to almost get rid of them, and they were trying to actively get rid of them. I think the first 3 or 4 days, which made no sense. It was, hey, I don't know if these people can beat us in competition, so let them stick around for a little bit. But
it's the show needs a creative overhaul. I think they need to do like 40 and 50-year-olds who, and like half the house, 40 and 50-year-olds, and then you're hey, you want to watch because you want to see her in a bikini or that costume for the week, and hey, you want to see this dude with his shirt off all the time where the live feeds aren't going. I really think if we had more adults who were active, not like Sheree and Felicia just chilling. We can't have that. We need active people, maybe like 50-year-olds who are crazy like me, who are like, oh yeah, I'll take that competition on. Man, but this show has gotten really boring.
Well, remember the dude, I don't know if it was last season, the guy, the military dude who was literally just I ain't doing that comp. It's like, bruh, if you can't do any comp, like, why are you here? You had to know what you were signing up for. Like, hey, we're going to have races at some point. If your knees can't handle a race, I don't think this is a show. You might have a great personality, but you can't win this show. I mean, just if
you can. You don't have to be a great competitor. You just have to win occasionally. And they don't always have physical ones. You can win the other ones.
I'm pretty sure at the end of this season, it's always, do you remember this thing? I mean, so you have to have a pretty decent memory to win these games, but you have to at least say, hey, can I give it a good shot?
We steered too far into this Big Brother thing, but King Collector,
okay.
I haven't watched Big Brother since Rachel's horrible return. Which one? And which one are you considering her horrible return?
Was that last season?
Last season wasn't great.
No, it was not.
Lawson, I'm getting excited about it too. It sounds like it could be fun. All right, let's get back to these. Let's see. Let me go to interesting ones as opposed to these. Like, this is my favorite one. Outstanding supporting actor in a limited or anthology series or movie. This is when the nominees or the nominators are lazy. Jason Bateman, DTF St. Louis. David Harbour, DTF St. Louis. Richard Jenkins, DTF St. Louis. Charles Melton, Beef. Nick Offerman, Death by Lightning. And Richard Gadd, Half Man. Hold on, here's more. Outstanding supporting actress in the limited or anthology series. Linda Cardellini, DTF St. Louis. Joy Sunday, DTF St. Louis. It's like, can you watch anything?
No.
Anything else? Let's see. Is there anything else that kind of got my let's see. Because of course I'm gonna be upset. Outstanding supporting actor in a drama series. Patrick Ball, The Pit. Billy Crudup, The Morning Show. Sean Hotsey, The Pit. Jerron Howell, The Pit. So that's 3 from The Pit. Jack Loudon, Slow Horses. Tom Felfie, Task. I'm gonna go for Tom just because of hanging around and sticking it out through Iron Fist season 2. And then for supporting actress, all right, good gosh, this is just the epitome of laziness. Ready? Supporting actress, Taylor Dearden, The Pit. Fiona Dorff, The Pit. Catherine Lanasa, The Pit. Safiri Moafi, The Pit. That's 4 actresses from The Pit. Julianne Nicholson, Paradise. That's my vote.
Again, wow. We actually watched a second show.
Oh gosh, so lame.
I think this is why I when I saw this afternoon, I went asked if you watched this list, because it seems as though whoever is writing these or is trying to do this does not watch TV. I watched one show that somebody told me to watch. I liked it. I mean, I hear good things about the show, but we have other programs. I mean, am I watching American Ninja Warrior? Yes, I am. But that's because we used to have summer repeats, and now we've gone to game shows. And if it's not a Chicago program on NBC, there's no TV. You have basically 6 shows on an HBO season, and after that, there's no.
All right, hold on. We're just a whole other topic. We'll get into that in a second.
But just go ahead.
Yeah. But the one I'm sure is why you actually sent this information to me was because an outstanding lead actor in a comedy series, we have Steve Carell, producer, Matthew Reeves, Widow's Bay, which Lawson said was good. It's on Apple TV. Jason Segel for Shrinking, also on Apple TV. Also meaning probably not going to watch anytime soon. Martin Short, Only Murders in the Building on Hulu. And Yahya Abdul-Mateen II for Wonder Man. Hey, what's one thing all those have in common?
They stick to what they're supposed to be.
No. I'm not sure if I probably didn't break down all those. So here, Disney Plus, HBO, Apple TV, Hulu. None of these shows are on regular network TV. I had to go for, let me see how long it takes me to find a regular network show before I get to the one. Good gosh. All right. So, of course, the variety series, the reality shows. But in terms of these best shows, We're gonna count FX. I'm gonna go with no.
I know
It's
you can
regular.
get FX on basic cable.
Okay. All right. So we'll count that. But on the drama series, comedy series, nothing. The only one that's represented is ABC for Abbott Elementary. It's wild how the shift has gone so dramatically to if you don't have cable, you're not watching TV.
I mean, technically, is
Jamelin understood it.
I remember. I mean, you said you at one point watch Paradise on ABC, and it is a little different. You know what they say and what they didn't say, but there is a point you could write that show without the things that. I mean, you could technically write that show without the cursing. I mean, the drama isn't amplified because of the cursing. I mean, it's
Sometimes
there.
it is.
It's normal. It's how people talk, but you can talk in an authoritative manner just without cursing, or you can use the curse words that we are allowed to use on network TV. I mean, you don't have to say F. You don't have to. I mean, and I think that's the only one technically now you can't say. So they can write that show for ABC. I mean, they're half of the. We could write shrink. I mean, I don't know if it's these places don't have budgets to handle these shows, or they don't want to act like these are real television shows anymore. I mean, this is not the NYPD Blue, Shield, or any of these other things. They just don't want to recognize them as actually decent shows anymore. They just want to say, if it's not on streaming, we don't like it, so we're good.
Jamelin, I don't know, man. I actually, it was funny. I was reading one of these websites, these news websites, and they actually said that the fall and rise of Reggie Dinkins, the show they promoted endlessly that had no moments that made me laugh during the Olympic coverage, where they showed it every commercial break. They were like, it's actually a really funny show. And I'm like, huh? The job guy? But they're like, it's really funny. And this is a reminder to watch it. So it's pretty wild.
There was some
I'll
talk.
give it a shot now.
I know there was some talk they if they wanted to have Emmy hosts, they should actually have the cast of that show be the Emmy host. I'm like, wait, is this like that was a real thing?
Those commercials did a terrible job of selling that show if it's actually funny. I was sitting there like, I am not entertained or amused.
Especially as many commercials as we saw. It was, guys, where's our hook?
Maybe it's a show you just have to watch and they can't cut it into a 15-20-second commercial spot. Since we've been going on TV and streaming, let's go here. All right, so Bloomberg reported that the debut season of a Netflix original in its second season has a major discrepancy in terms of the viewership. So season 2 of One Piece lost over 30% of its audience. Season 2 of Beef lost 70% of its audience. Avatar: The Last Airbender, 60% drop in viewership.
Okay.
Why aren't people watching TV?
Okay, I'll tell you. I watched.
Give me one reason, and I'll give you another one.
I'll watch Beef. It was not good.
What's Beef?
Beef was not. Gotta watch. You see. No, I forgot. I forgot the lyrics. But no, Beef wasn't good, and I'm sure a lot of people got told it was not good. Airbender, I'm getting to it. I mean, again, this is the ridiculous. I'm getting to it. It's on my list. It's just not, oh, I gotta watch it every week as soon as you want me to watch it. I mean, those are mine. Like, it has to be quality, and it has to be when I want to watch the streaming show that says I can watch it anytime.
All right, so this was all right, great. So this was popping up all over Twitter, and I was like, oh wow, this is really cool. Beef is when you can't see your moms in the street. Beef is when I see you, guaranteed to be in ICU. Oh, there you go.
Jeez. All right.
All right. So, I think one of the two major problems, one was an original fully formed thought of mine, is TV shows are not set up in the streaming model to allow for an audience to watch it. Now, I mean, I think most of us are old enough to remember the good old days. And this is not some, oh, let's go back. You can't go back. One. But I think the problem is they just dump it all on you. And if you're busy that weekend, and if the next weekend you're also busy, you've missed the discussion on social media. Now that's probably good if you don't want to be spoiled, but no one's talking about it 2 weeks after the fact. It's here. Everybody's excited about it. If you avoid social media because you're like, I want to do more stuff with my life than just doom scroll, you'll miss the entire conversation. Maybe some of your friends are like, hey, you should check out this show. Cool. I'll get to it. There's no sense of, oh man, I've got to watch it right now. Because if I don't, I'm going to miss all the discussion. I think Netflix in particular has done this thing where it's like, here's everything. Our parents watch an insane amount of Netflix shows. I'll call, hey, what are y'all doing? Oh, we just watched the last 5 episodes of this Netflix series. You should watch it. I'm like, I'm not watching this. And it's because I don't want to watch an 8-episode season. That's like, hey, do you want to watch 3 movies? Not really. I want to just watch one really good one. And because of this thing, I'm like, here it is. Here's everything. You'll see the headlines. You'll see, here's what everybody's buzzing about the Burrows. By the way, the Burrows is canceled. And I think their whole issue is they're in control of it. Every month, Netflix will send you a thing. Here's what's coming to Netflix this month. I really think they need to retool their release structure, not to get people and go, hey, you're on the hook for 3 months. But I think if it's like, hey, on Wednesdays, we're dropping a new episode of this show every Wednesday for the next few weeks. Disney does that for the most part. It's pretty smart, but Netflix can set up a whole must-watch week of new programming, and they can just shift this and change it every other month where we got a new rollout of shows, and we're going to just use the week. So we've got 5 shows. Monday is show 2. And Tuesday, just go it like that, where every night there's a must-watch show, and you can't watch the entire season in a night or weekend if you're really bored and just want to watch it because it's so good. Because I think that whole disposable microwave binging format makes it so there's no conversation unless you're on social media.
Okay. I would say the weird thing is they do this very well for their reality shows. They will have a release of, say, 3 episodes of their reality shows. I know probably one I'm gonna watch is, what is it? The Ultimatum. I'm probably gonna watch 3 of the 3 episodes they have. Then, oh shoot, it's only 3 episodes. All right, I'll come back next week. But then there's also the person, I'll wait you out to the second week. I'll watch 6 episodes, spaced out how and then go from there. And then there's going to be the person, kind of how I was with, what was it, the show The Secret Millionaire. I'll wait until they have the whole season. Because I want to see how, some of this stuff doesn't require a whole week of, I need to discuss and figure out what happened. It's, all right, let's get to the next one. And I think Netflix has probably seen the audience and scores like, well, our reality shows, people want to binge them.
That's not true, because the reality shows seem to be the only ones. Like, I've not watched a moment of Love Island, but I know every week there's something happening with Love Island, and it feels like all summer Love Island is dominating every entertainment site that I go to. Is like, dude, I don't even know who these people are, but everybody else does, and they're just, can you believe so and so? I don't know, but I think it's gotten a lot of buzz.
I have not gotten through 8 episode of Love Island. I watched, I think it's on Hulu, has some older season. I just didn't get through the first episode. But I think there is a interactive component to the show that makes people want to watch it every week. And if the people have some say in it, I want to see. I mean, if you've switched the model from what's that show, American Idol, and this is, hey, you have consent, you audience members have some say in what happens to these characters you like. You become invested. You want to make sure your fave gets through. I do not. If I'm butchering what this show's about, put it in the comments. I don't know. I can be talking out my you know what.
I feel like our crowd's a very strong Love Island demographic here.
I mean, hey.
Lawson says must see TV was good times. I love Cheers. Same. Night Court, yes. Etc. Back in the day, but those days are long, long gone. TV turned into forensic police shows and Grey's Anatomy type shows.
I mean, CBS knows, hey, we can have a NYP, Blue Bloods, we can have CIA, FBI, and we can just spit those out all day. NCIS, we're good. We don't have to think of any other kind of show. NBC, just put out, say something Chicago. We're fine. We got a lockdown. I think that's why everybody else is almost in the wilderness, because they don't have a show that is a hook for anybody. Fox probably puts most of their can't miss shows onto FX. ABC, if it wasn't Abbott Elementary, and Abbott Elementary and High Potential and The Rookie, I don't think any of them, they would have a clue what to do. So until somebody comes and says, hey, I can pitch you this really cool show that will get people entertained, they're just going to keep spinning their wheels.
Man, I am really trying to find, because I thought I saved this. Jeez. But this thing I thought was just crazy. If I could find it. All right, so Brandon Davis tweeted, TV shows used to give us 16 to 24 weeks of entertainment and discussion every year. Now we get 6 to 13 episodes once every 2 years, if we're lucky. Netflix in particular gives it one single day. Glad we got Lost, Walking Dead, Game of Thrones, etc. before this, because I don't think that sort of zeitgeist thing can return with how TV is made now. Yeah.
Because I'm just thinking, I was thinking Supernatural or Grimm. Those shows now couldn't find a home. It's, hey, we got 15 episodes of really fun, sometimes it's a filler episode, but it's a fun episode. Or sometimes our filler episodes are, we're going to pay off this storyline 5 seasons later using these characters from this filler episode. Now you can't do that. It's, you got this really tight storyline and it's 6 episodes and that's how we make our money. And this is why the everyday actor is just, hey, I'm not making money anymore. I can't get residuals because the 22 episodes are gone. And I'm fighting with A-list actors for movies because the work is drying up for them too. So I think nobody's eating beside the execs on this one.
TV's got so many shows that I haven't even started. Yeah, man. Righteous Gemstones is one I keep hearing about. Next thing, another show is over. Exactly. It's like, because they've made it disposable, you can watch it whenever. Like, and it's not this thing of like, oh, you can't see it. But I just feel like that sense of urgency being gone really hurts TV shows and finding an audience, because they're like, oh, in 5 months, they didn't have enough. In the first week, they didn't have enough. We're going to cancel it. And shows back in the day used to get 12, 13 weeks to find an audience. And that's enough time. If it's terrible, it's bad, and it doesn't deserve to keep going. But if you go off of, all right, in this past week, we had some viewers, now it's falling off. We can't renew it for another season.
Because I think I sent you something on Instagram where it was Peter Slevin was talking about 24. He's saying, hey, we were doing really well. We were doing okay. We weren't gangbusters that first season. We had filmed 13 of the episodes. But if the show didn't actually find the UK audience, didn't say, hey, we really like this show, we wouldn't have made it to 23. And we wouldn't have made it to 24.
13 episodes at 24 would have been the worst. Because I'm like, what? Oh, man. I would have never watched another Fox show if they had done that.
No. And every episode of 24 was very similar. It was, it was all right, wait, is this good? Well, I'll check it out. I mean, I think I watched that show from beginning to end, but there was just so. I mean, we wouldn't have seen. What was it? Seinfeld. Seinfeld wasn't good in his first season. Seinfeld picked up an audience after its second, and then everybody made money. NBC, the actors, everybody made money. And when you get to the point where, say, like I was talking about Countdown. I watched that a Amazon show. Why do I feel like I'm in a rush to watch an Amazon show? Oh, guess what? We canceled it, and
you didn't watch it fast enough, bro.
I mean, because we dumped. Because again, that was one of the shows they did theirs weekly. I was like, okay, I got a little bit of time. I can get a nice little 3 or 4, and then catch up, or build up, a next little stat. Oh no, you didn't like it enough, so we're canceling. And there's no hope that show's coming back. I mean, that is. I mean, Eric Dane's gone, so one of the foundations of the crew is gone. It's never coming back. I mean,
yeah, my thing with NBC, it just became a thing. I'll wait till it hits the second season because I'm not going to get invested in an NBC show for them to pull the rug out after the Cape. But here I finally found what I was looking for. So there's a Reddit stream. That's why I couldn't find it on Twitter. So over 6 seasons, Lost had 121 episodes. In 5 seasons, Stranger Things had 42 episodes. So let me also pull up.
And how many years though?
Because that's also the thing. Yeah, because that's where it's gonna really be like, what? Stranger Things 2016, and it finished in 2025. Lost on the other hand. What did you say?
9 years.
2004 to 2010. So it was a true 6 years experience. I remember Dad complaining about them taking so long. He's perfect for the binge model format. But gosh.
But the thing is, he'd forget half of what he was watching because you have to. With the binge model format, you really do binge it. And as most of us remember from college, hey, I'll remember it for that 30 minutes. After that, it's somebody asked you about that show. I don't remember.
That's pretty solid, Lawson. They're doing all kinds of wacky stuff. Now let me think here. There was the TGIF was Full House. 8 is enough. Oh wait, no. Step by Step.
Family Matters.
Family Matters, of course. Oh. What was that 9:30 show? I felt like that was like the Thursday must-see lineup where it was always kind of shaky what that 9:30 show was until they found Wings. And it was like, great, now we got something that'll stick. I think Winning Time would have been a smash hit like pre-2015. Yeah, man.
That's
so annoyed with that one.
What's the one with Kate Hudson on HBO?
And Boy Meets World. I don't know. I know it's a Netflix show.
Yeah, I think it is a Netflix.
Sabrina, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess they did evolve over the years. I think that's when I was watching their TGIF lineup every Friday. But yeah, it's wild. So I thought that was an interesting deal.
No, because you think about how many people, 22 episodes, how many interesting characters we got in. We had, hey, is that Dan? Or what was it? No, it's Peter. Like when the running joke of Lost, when they were trying to figure out who that guy was.
Yeah.
Just those kind of things are really fun. And you had 22 episodes. You went on an emotional roller coaster. I watched Stranger Things. Oh, man, it was good. I do not own Stranger Things. And if it ever gets taken off Netflix, I'm going to probably forget about a lot of stuff on Stranger Things. I'm not.
So it's funny. I still haven't finished because I got to that great break point. I just haven't gotten back to it. And I don't know why that is, but it's just, I think with Stranger Things, it's like, do you have 8 hours to watch these last 4 episodes? Maybe not.
It's each, because it's a show, especially if you're reviewing it. it's hard to say, all right, this is the same amount of time as a movie. And I can watch a movie or I can watch the episode of this, write it out, and then have to go right back and doing another.
I'm not even reviewing it. I'm because it's like that 20 seconds where everybody was interested is gone. So it's like, all right, well, I'm just watching it to watch and kind of do my last season recap of it. But it's certainly not a thing of like, oh, I've got to watch it and review it because there's gonna be so much traffic. Like, whatever. I mean, it's just like here's dump and then the whole deal. Let's dump the rest on was it Christmas and New Year's? Like, you know what? I'll watch it on my own terms.
I did. I think I watched. I think I remember watching it before we went out on New Year's Eve. Yeah, but I mean, it was really. I mean, it was a good show. It's just the time commitments on these is just so hard to. All right, if I'm watching it, I gotta be jumping. I'm in. If I'm not, I mean, unless it's a day like New Year's Day to me made perfect sense. Unless you're a football fan, I'm probably going to be stuck in the house. That's the day. No, we're going to give it to you New Year's Eve. No. That's the wrong day.
Lawson says, I'd rather have Lyle's Movie Files and Lyle's Speaker Files chats than watch most TV programs, if I'm honest. Thank you. I get far more out of these chats. Nice. Mark, hey, what's up, everyone? New phone. Who this?
Who this?
Rick Cage. Greetings, fellas. Greetings. So we're talking about ancient TV. I'm old enough to know about that. Steve, Laura, and Myra. Ha! Back Myra. Jalen, I keep wanting to get back into Stranger Things. Does anyone know a good supercut? Man, no, it's really weird because when I'm watching it, I'm really invested. And it was so funny because I think what really happened, they got lazy or whatever and cranking out regular seasons. It was like, we're going to skip a year. Cool. There's 88 other shows that have come on in that span of time and that I might be interested in. And I'll add that to the list. I'll watch it. And it's just like, and of course, there are all the movies and TV shows, like animated shows. It was like, cool. And I rewatched the entire series when season 5 came out. So I could be like, all right, I'm not going to miss any reference. And I got to their cliffhanger point before their last break before the home stretch. I was like, cool. That was a really good break. Mm-hmm. And I have not gotten back to it simply because they're really long episodes, but also because it's like, no one's talking about this anymore. I remember New Year's Eve, or one of our nephews was like, should we watch it? I'm like, no, stop talking. I'm so far behind. I don't want to hear anything. And now I'm like, yo, did you watch it? I'm like, what are you talking about, Uncle Jeff? That's years ago. This shit. What up, Michael Solis?
I think they got to figure out how to. I mean, because I think the same thing is happening with Wednesday. I haven't watched the second season of Wednesday because this third season's not out, and I get you can put Jenna Ortega in this show. She's really in demand. And, we got to film around her schedule. We got to write. Versus having a lower profile, you crank out episode after. These are the same writers who did Smallville. So them doing 22 episodes is not a high bar for them. 6 episodes or 8 episodes, they can probably knock that out in their sleep. It makes no sense how it's taking 3 and 4 years to get into this. That was the thing with Stranger Things is why is it's 6 episodes. None of these people are in demand. They all want to work. They're not, oh gosh, man, that whole 2 weeks of work is just so hard for me. I needed 2 years off. Like, I want a freaking paycheck, dude. Come on. Make this joint happen. I think you know where you want to go at this show in the jump. So Will doesn't have to have a favorite brand of scotch to come with the show.
I've learned a secret. You need to have a show where a parent can scream their kid's name in pain and anguish. Carl! Whoa! Will! It shows. It's the link. Wednesday is pretty successful, but I think it suffers from the episode dump and then huge voice. Yeah, it's like too many of these shows suffer from it. And it's like, if you just decide, I'll wait till you're done.
Mhm.
I mean, I don't know. I miss. Oh man, did you see that episode of Martin? Oh, it was funny. Did you watch the episode of Friends? Oh, and everybody's talking about it for a week. And somehow we managed to communicate and talk to other people without social media. Weird.
Okay, Jeff, do you think when Paradise comes back,
Oh,
and that's not a show that gets done, do you think everybody's going to be, it's the potential final season?
it's supposed to be the final season.
Sterling K saying, ABC wants, Hulu wants some more. I mean, that's could be the case, might not be, could be throwing us off, but I mean that's a show. If I'm FX or Hulu, I'd probably want 100 episodes or least.
Hula, holla.
Yeah. So I'm thinking that's, if that show doesn't have people come in once a week, there is no incentive for them not to just go with the, I'm okay. I gotta watch my phrasing on this. But it's to make sure they just go and put them in binge format versus week to week.
Well, I think Paradise is set up like an old school episodic show where you can pause between weeks. I mean, Game of Thrones was like that. Walking Dead, for most of its run, was kind of like that too. And I feel like they've missed that whole. I think what's happened because they're just treating it like a very long movie with different acts. They don't write to hook audiences. It's really easy to just go, oh yeah, play next episode as opposed to, oh my gosh.
Okay. So this is a good question for you. Are you watching House of the Dragon?
Okay, so I've been reading because right now it's in this big moment. So House of the Dragon is so good. Have avoided spoilers, but I'm catching up from where I left off. And I don't know. Maybe I just have attachment issues. Like I can't get hooked on a show anymore. I feel like maybe this because I feel like maybe this is me being old. Outside of Paradise, which hooked me, but I think it's because they did what I like with watching TV shows. Give me a reason to stay invested every week. I will be there with you. I will ride on this thing. I mean, we're going to talk about another show in a second. That I'm like, yeah, as long as you want to keep making it. Daredevil Born Again is another show like that. So shows where they're like, we don't need to give you all of this. You're going to come back. You're going to be excited about watching. I'm like, you are right. You are correct, sir. Okay. And we just don't really have that. But I am watching House of Dragon, and the last episode I watched was really good. I'm not going to tell you how far back I am.
Yeah, we're not.
But it was pretty good.
Okay.
And, it is that whole creepy thing of like, hey, aren't you in my family? Look, holla. Come on over here. That's a little weird. Maybe a lot weird. But once I work through that, when I get back onto like, oh, right, you do that here. It's pretty solid. Yeah. And Jamie says, I think some of these streamers should drop fewer episodes more often. That still allows people to wait and binge at the end, but keep the conversation going longer.
Yeah.
Love is Blind does that.
Yeah.
I wonder if you pace the show out and then make a big deal when the final episodes of the season drop. Would you get a secondary buzz from bingers who waited? I don't know, man.
I think so.
I think it's just there's too many stations and too many streaming platforms. I think they have diluted the well so much where every show has a silo. It used to be, gosh, I feel so old saying this.
You're fine too.
But like people knew all the shows that came on, even if you didn't watch everything that was on NBC, ABC, CBS, and then later Fox. You knew the shows. You didn't have to watch them. Oh, I know Knots Landing. I know Falcon's Crest. And it was MacGyver, Magnum PI, whatever. You knew these shows. Now it's like Widow's Bay. Wow, okay. That's a good show. Shrinking's a good show. It's like, it's on what? Apple TV? Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
It's on Hulu? Yeah, no.
Like, what do you mean hunting wife? Like, I don't even know.
I think that hurts him.
but I will say I think I like the idea of having a secondary buzz, but I also think most of these streaming shows do not have a cliffhanger. I mean, I'll just go with an easy one. Like Smallville season 6.
Save me.
There was a cliffhanger. When you saw it was, oh shoot, what did I just see? That I mean, now,
help me out.
That
season
was
6. That Doomsday?
That was at the dam. We don't know. Oh, what happened to Lois? Oh shoot, what happened to Chloe? Oh shoot, who's that? Who actually is? Wait, is that who's that flying? Oh shoot, I did not see that coming. I don't think most of these streaming shows. It's just all right. It wrapped up. Season's over. Catch y'all in 3 years when we make the next season. Like I mean, even Stranger Things is. Hey, are we done? Yeah, I mean, technically speaking, if Stranger Things ended after season 1, it wouldn't be super surprising. I mean, it would be, oh, that was a cool show. I wonder if they're going to do anything with it, but it could have wrapped up in season 2. Season 1. There's nothing that said, hey, see you guys in 6 months, see you in a year. It was, that was.
They flipped it. We knew there was more. And it was funny because I don't know if you've been on Netflix, but Heroes is now on there. People were like, "Oh, what a great series of one season." Don't go any further. Don't go any further.
Yeah, stop right there. like when you see the sewer, turn it off. But I will say this: if it wasn't for Netflix, I would not have got into Manifest. And because again, it was on NBC.
Why? Gangstar is classic. What are you talking about?
Ha 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 ha. Go ahead.
All right. Mark A says, I think it's all about budget. How much can a handful of diner theater thespians can you get to do your 22 episodes per season? Man, that is so true. Like back in the day, old man, they didn't have these superstars taking a break from their movies to do the shows. Like Friends, Seinfeld. Like, who are these people? Maybe you saw them in something else like Leprechaun. Hey, that's the girl from the Bruce Springsteen video. But you were like, oh yeah, they've got so-and-so. I love them in that movie. And I think that's where they've really gone astray. Because if you have a bunch of no-name nobodies and not at all to denigrate them, it's like people can rise up. That's why I hate when they have these celebrities doing the voice acting for animated movies. Like, I don't care that The Rock's voicing his character. Just get somebody who's good who can do the character. You don't need to waste your money, because I've never gone to see an animated movie because some A-list celebrity is voicing that character. Yeah, it's more distracting to me than anything else.
Yeah, because I just think of Titan AE. Do I really need Matt Damon to voice this guy? No, I don't. I mean, did I technically need Mahershala Ali to be still? No, I didn't. Then you spoil me, and then you take him away. Like, because again, he's busy. It's so much better to have. I mean, like, I'll go with like Fringe. Fringe had Joshua Jackson. Oh, okay, he's the guy from Dawson's Creek. Oh, okay. Oh,
he's not doing anything.
I mean, yeah, you don't need. I mean, these are the, let's say, BC list actors, and you can crank out 22 episodes. Their day card is not full. But hey, we need Nicole Kidman for this limited edition series. No, you freaking don't. Like,
she's trying to get us to go to the movies. You definitely don't need Nicole Kidman.
Like, she's got things to do. Like, you don't need. I mean, and this is going back to what I said last week. You don't need an A-list Supergirl, but you do need a B. You need a B. I mean, a good solid B. I mean, I don't care how good the actress is. You need a B to draw people in. If you can't get the C, for a movie, you need an A, B. But for a TV series, you need a CB who can say, hey, I got 22 episodes. I'm willing to work 18-hour days. My dance card is free.
What was the big movie that Chris Evans did before he started playing Captain America?
Jeff, if you look at Captain America was in like those parody movies. he had plenty. He had plenty of acting credits before he hit Captain America or Johnny Storm. I mean,
sure. But did anybody go, oh man? I mean, Sebastian Stan was in Hot Tub Time Machine. So it's not like you don't have to get big time household names. You can make them household names from your movie or your show. And I think it's easier for a show because they have more time to develop and grow into the character. But man, you reminded me, it's been just long enough that I can watch Fringe and not remember everything that's going to happen.
Oh, man.
Let me catch that to the chat here. Gosh, love that show. Jamelin, the old formula obviously still works on some shows. The Mandalorian was weekly and episodic. I think those two factors help keep it in the zeitgeist. Yeah, you're correct. I didn't need Gilbert Godfrey to be Jafar's parrot. Yeah, I mean, but he's not even somebody that you would think would be a drain on the budget. It's like he's got a fun voice.
Yeah.
Michael Solis is playing with Tyler Perry. The reason why we're doing all these new ways, we're doing all those Tyler Perry shows he filmed all together, is the kind of model that people are doing now. But I mean, he spends most of his money on the wig budget, though.
I'm still seeing Mekhi Brooks with that bad high top.
That was so bad. Whew. The Undoing. What is that one on, Jamelin? This is the problem. It was so easy. And then when HBO started doing shows on HBO, okay, cool. HBO. I have no idea where that show is.
Yeah, it's actually where that Undoing is.
Okay. Yeah. There you go. Rick Cage. Pacey was great in The Fringe. And Beyonce was distracting voice in The Lion King. It's like, dude, it's a lioness. I don't need Queen Bey. Don't come at me, Bayhive, to voice the character. It doesn't matter. You are, because I'm sure she would work for $5.
I mean,
get somebody who has a great voice. It doesn't even need to be on camera for it.
There was a point in Valentine's Day, they got a young Taylor Swift before she was megastar to be in that movie. It's okay. We want to kind of ride, a little bit of popularity, but we don't need Beyonce to be in this, because again, if we have Beyonce in this movie for 5 minutes, they're gonna ride. It means the same thing. If you put Taylor Swift in a movie now, and it's not a major role, they're gonna have some problems. I mean, you can get away with that with a Megan Thee Stallion having her with her episode. I mean, but that's probably costing you another part of your budget. You don't need superstar cameos for a first season. You need them in your third season. Kind of how I Met Your Brother. Hey, we need to get off that bubble. Let's bring in Britney Spears. Now there's no bubble. It's if you don't make it to hell, you want to be in a streamer that is binge in 1 week and hopefully everybody watches it.
That model is not sustainable, as we're seeing. Michael Solis. Beyonce in the Pink Panther movie is pretty good. I don't remember her in that one. I remember her in Goldmember.
Never watched that movie.
Mark, the thing is, even those recognizable character actors can draw their fan base over to another show like Pacey and Fringe or Stifler and Lethal Weapon. Yes, and that's why going to the TV playground, and I finally watched Obsession, and it was so funny because you told me that Sarah Indy Navarrete was the lead in the movie. I was like, oh, cool. And all these people were like, she's so great. I'm like, she was good, Sarah. I couldn't stand the way they wrote her, but I thought she was good. And that's what I mean. Like, TV shows develop the next round of actors that are starred in like Leo was in Growing Pains. He's an A-lister. You need these shows if you are pulling from Hollywood to have them star in your TV shows. It's not going to work.
I mean, but I think maybe the other flip side, they don't want it to work. The idea is, hey, we can create the next round of Timothée Chalamet's for a whole lot cheaper than what we are paying Tom Cruise right now. His quote is, here's my money, here's what I want on the back end, go, get out of my, don't even call my agent if you don't know what I'm talking about. Like, Timothée Chalamet, hey, we got 10 million, sold. Hey, he doesn't know how long he's going to be working. He's got to go in there quick. But again, I was watching Homeland. Timothée Chalamet was in that. I mean, it's just they don't want to create these pipeline actors anymore. They just want to, hey, do you have a pretty face? Go use you up a couple movies and you're gone. Recycle. We're gonna run Hollywood like we always would have loved to do, and then get more jets.
All right, Michael Solis says every famous person nowadays or would star in Law and Order or some sitcom back in the day. And don't forget another major pipeline for acting talent: soap operas. That's why it's important to have them around, because you would be shocked how many stars started in soap operas. Rick Cage, wasn't the Lost cast full of unknowns? Not really. The lead was in Party of Five. Now, depending on your fascination with Fox dramas, because he was the reason I watched the show. And Harold Perrineau was in Romeo plus Juliet.
No.
And of course, we had Pippin.
Yeah.
Was it Mary?
No, that was
we had Mary from Lord of the Rings. So we had some people that I was familiar with.
They had, again, enough of I know that guy. I know that girl. I mean, like, even Lily was not, I know. It was just, I'll watch that. I mean, that was
she would.
Oh, okay, gotcha. But there was okay. Fringe isn't really good when it's, this is a dude from Dawson's Creek. Oh, okay, cool. Like Walter. I've seen him in things. He's good. Well, I'll check it out.
Yeah, it's really amazing. All right, let's get into something extraordinary. We'll talk in spoiler-free terms for this one. X-Men'97 episode 4, and boy, man, I was waiting for everyone to see this because I was like, Now, after watching it, do you think they should have put Rise of Apocalypse Part 1 and Part 2 on the same night?
No. I think this was really effective. Having a cliffhanger and then going to this next episode was, I did not expect that. I'll just say, I'm not spoiling anything, but that credits, once you got to the credits, it was, okay. Let's let this music ride for a second. Like, I'm in shock for what I just saw. I was like,
yeah, I was in such shock that I stumbled onto the post-credit scene like, I'm glad I left the run.
Because they had me there. They had a second you just there. I'm like, no, skip credits? I guess so. Jeff told me I need to sit here and watch the post-credits, but it was such a I don't think it would have been good to watch that 4 episodes.
No, I'm not saying watch all 4. I'm saying just do Rise of Apocalypse Part 1 and 2 today.
Yeah. I actually really did enjoy the cliffhanger from the last one, then to the finale of this part of our story to get to next week. I don't know exactly what we're going to do next week. Next week might be a breather from what we saw, because it was I so enjoyed that. And it's, again, we both come on and for the most part, yep, he was done with all. Sam was in Dawson's Creek. Dean was in Smallville, which, again, easy pipeline, especially for CW. But X-Men, it was so just, this is what this is what is fun about TV. We're talking about this even in the spoiler-free content, and it's still like, guys, if you aren't catching up, don't wait. This is the time. I don't know what next week's going to hold, but catch up. It was really fun.
I love the writing. There were so many great lines from the characters, and so much of how, I think the voice cast has done a great job as well, because I feel their emotion and they're really delivering some strong performances. And I'm like, yes, this is why you get people that we don't see. Ross Marquand, who we have seen in Walking Dead, and what else? Like, he does the voice acting for so much stuff. He is excellent. And this whole story, I love how we played on Xavier, Magneto, and we're gonna stop this. And how they brought in other characters from the Marvel universe wide, and it's just like this is so great. My favorite part about this was outside of the great dialogue. I mean, this episode had some awesome lines. I was like, wait, pause. I gotta write that down. It was so good, and I wanted to make sure I included them in the review, which you can find on
WowsMovieFile.com.
Thank you. It was just like, wow, this is great. And what I'm really digging, they've established the threat of the season, and it was like, oh man, this is not going to end well. It doesn't. And I feel like they've done what the MCU did with Thanos, where it's like, this dude is massive. I don't know what y'all are going to do here going forward. And it was like, this is great. More of this, please.
I mean, you saw. I mean, it's called Rise of Apocalypse. I mean, this isn't a spoiler, but then they show somebody.
I mean, Juggernaut doesn't show up.
I know, shocker, but showing how somebody, I mean, like Rama Tut, and I know who that guy is, and then for people in the know, and then you show what happens is, oh shoot. I remember when this dude was a big dude in MCU. Oh, this is why this guy is really big for X-Men. And I thought that was really good.
You do a really terrible job in this one.
I mean, it's spoiled. I mean, it's if you know Ramen type. If you don't know Ramen type, you don't know
that. So I think this show has been great, and I'm really looking forward to next week and checking it live with everybody else, because I think they've done the X-Men so much justice, and Kevin Feige and crew need to really pay attention to this show. Actually go on social media and understand why the fans are reacting to this the way they are, because I feel like you could learn the wrong lessons. I feel like this is one where it's just like, just read what people are saying. They're reading and they're responding because this is how they've imagined and envisioned these characters being, and all these crappy, crummy, it was not bad, X-Men movies, the other TV shows where it's like, parts of this character is true. They're nailing the essence of the characters. And I think you can take the characters, because there's 60 years of continuity with them. You can come up with scenarios that make sense so long as you have the core of the character down, put them in those scenarios where they can use their powers and do cool stuff.
And I'm gonna say something that actually is scaring me is kind of when they're trying to do the leak casting for X-Men. It's, guys, you're not. I mean, you don't have to have them as teenagers. You can put them as adults, like fully fleshed out. They're a team. They're a family. Don't try and we're gonna go back to the original cast of X-Men. Well, not really the original cast. We're gonna go with this hybrid cast of X-Men. And then we're going to kind of come up with our own wacky stories. They make no damn sense. That's the complete misstep of the original X-Men movie. I mean, even the X-Men, First Class was still, it's okay. I mean, it's better. Thank you. But it still isn't great. It could be far better by doing the First Class of X-Men. Not just these random dudes. If they just figure out, hey, we can look at these comments, we can create, we have plenty of years of storyline, and exactly how we did in MCU, phase 1 through 4, we can adapt shows, these stories, to make them better or more modern. Because I just watched
1 through 3, phase 4 has been.
Oh, I just watched Civil War. I have not. They just had it on FX. And it was just like, well, since you got it on, I might as well watch it. Oh, since you had a commercial, I might as well go to Disney Plus and not watch these commercials anymore. And then I'm just like, wait a minute. Did you guys just introduce Spider-Man and Black Panther in one movie?
And Spider-Man.
It's just like, are you kidding me? Like, and then I got trilogy. I got at least 3 more movies before I even get to the next Avenger movie. And I'm going to be enjoying the hell out of that. They've got to figure out how to. I mean, they have to do that for X-Men. It's you paid $1 billion for plus easy. Just do the same formula.
We will see. Now, let's move on. All right, so the news is not as cheery and rosy and optimistic for DC Studios. Supergirl didn't do great at the box office. Let me see where I've got it now. Let's go on over to Box Office Mojo and see where we are at this exact moment in time with Supergirl. Can you see her? All right, let's see. Let's go for the year and how we are looking with the Adventures of Kara Zor-El. All right, so I am at there we go. She's at 23 of the top grossing movies of 2026. What do you think we've got right now?
I'm gonna be optimistic and say 75.
Win, as long as you keep your head to the sky. You'd be wrong though. 60 million, 60.3 million, just domestically. It's not great, Bob. Worldwide, it is now at 104. Also, not great, Bob.
Not great.
So, to maybe soften the blow just a little bit, especially because next week we got the Odyssey coming. Looking forward to that one. And then at the end of the month, we have Spider-Man Brand New Day also arriving in theaters. So they're going to put Supergirl on digital on July 28th. So that means the last Tuesday of the month, you can watch Supergirl chilling in the comfort of your own home.
I mean, that's Morbius category. I mean, Craven-esque.
I think it's actually doing worse than those films. Let me pull that up just so I can not speak incorrectly. Gwen and the boys would not like it if I spoke out of turn. All right, so Craven opened to 11 million. Actually, Craven was awful. It finished with 62 million because it was just the worst. But I mean, that was a case of who wanted this movie. Morbius, who wanted this movie. Wow. Right now, it is Morbius. When it opened in 2022, 39 million. It domestically wrapped with 74 million. Worldwide, it had 94 million. So it had a total of 167 million. I don't know if Supergirl is going to beat that, which is wow. Not at all great. So, of course, everyone is finding their shovels and let's heap more on the dead horse that is superhero fatigue. I would put this argument to you if you will allow me, counselor, to tell you what the real problem is with DC Studios in particular. It's not a Marvel thing. It is 100% a DC Studios deal and a DC movies in general. Will you allow it?
I will sustain.
All right, perfect. I think the problem is DC, Warner Brothers was really gun shy about doing movies after Batman and Robin. And we saw them do, I mean, even during a period where people were excited about the Batman movie, the first Tim Burton films, even Batman Forever, they were just like, dragging their feet on doing anything else. They could have put out anything else during that time period, and they didn't. So then that window closed, and they've always done this whole, well, let's dip our toes into it. And no, people didn't like Superman Returns. Let's wait a longer time. Christopher Nolan, you got an idea? Great. We're not going to do anything else until you're done with your trilogy of Batman films. You're done. Great. Zack Snyder, you're a guy. Take us to the promised land. But I think the problem, even though they had this very myopic view of the movie landscape, they were messing things up, kind of wasting the foundation because they were going, yeah, DC animation, whatever you want. Batman, and then Justice League and Superman. Great. Keep cranking them out. And they did so. Those movies were really good for a long time. I think the best ones were the ones where they adapted comic book stories and very gently massaged them to update them for fresh audiences. But I think the biggest problem that's happened with DC Studios is they've overexposed characters in non-meaningful ways. So I remember very strongly when Spider-Man Homecoming was coming out, and my wife's best friend was like, they're doing another Spider-Man movie? Why does he not look like the same one? I'm like, of course, I'm so in the know with comic book stuff. I'm like, oh, it's a new actor. It's the Marvel Studios version. But it's like, she's not somebody who is, I don't care about this superhero stuff. She's into it. And it's like, I'm confused. Why is there another Spider-Man? Because we just gone through 2 Andrew Garfield films after 3 Tobey Maguire films. So Tom Holland getting to run next. Like, who's this guy? And that's the only case where you can look at a character and be sort of confused. And Fantastic Four, those other movies weren't great, so a lot of people didn't see them to get confused. It's not a case of like some other stuff where it's like, gosh, they're trying this again. But that's not the case with DC and their characters. And I started off with Supergirl because she's the one with the movie right now that's not doing great. And I think some of it is the movie just doesn't connect with audiences. But if you look at like over the last 2 decades, Supergirl has been a character that if you go, we've got a Supergirl movie, the people who would be interested in a Supergirl movie are like, what are you going to do now? We've seen Supergirl. We've seen her in Justice League Unlimited. We saw her in the Superman, the animated series show. She was great there. She hung out with Jimmy Olsen. Great moments, great scenes. Superman Unbound. She was cool in that. And then she was in Smallville. She was actually rocking it. So I forgot to do the breakdown on this, but let me do this very quickly because it's not going to take me too long since I know the actress who played her, Laura. Yeah, and she's got a great name. Let's see here. She was Supergirl for 23 episodes, starting in 2007 to 2011. Then we go to the Supergirl TV show. It doesn't feature Laura, features Melissa Bones, however we say her last name. And that show ran from 2013 to 2021. That doesn't include her appearances with the rest of the Arrowverse shows. Then you have The Flash. Then you have the animated show, Legion of Superheroes, which is basically Supergirl and the Legion. That came out in 2023. The same year, we got a new Supergirl in the Flash movie, Sasha Calle. So I was like, okay. And then 3 years later, we've got a new Supergirl. Who's ready? Who's excited? And when you consider we had, what's this, 5 seasons? No, 6 seasons of Supergirl. It's like, dude, we had a full TV series with Supergirl, and she didn't have enough strong villains, so she was borrowing villains from Superman. Lex Luthor was there, so she didn't have anything anyway. And so you've had a show where she's been super overexposed, and there was like nothing that a movie was going to get audiences excited about. And I read that some people were like, yeah, I don't like this. She's not a good role model to my daughter or younger kids. He's running around drinking. Like, there's a redemption arc, but I get it. Who wants to take their 8-year-old girl to a movie, or 8-year-old son, and she's swinging down and give me another? Not really a great role model. So yeah, you lose that younger audience. But I think a greater part is just Supergirl's been in so much stuff since like 2000 where it's like you can't do anything else. Then I'm like, well, geez, if Supergirl, who, maybe she's not a household name, but she's been in a ton of stuff, people go, she's related to Superman, she got the S. What about the Flash? Flash has the same problem, and his is bad too. He was in Justice League Unlimited. For the core audience who are into comic books, and he was in that. He had a TV series from 2014 to 2023. When 2023 was over, the Flash movie came out, and we had the animated stuff, including Flashpoint Paradox. Then the DCEU Zack Snyder version, 2016 to 2021. So he actually lasted. Grant Gustin's Flash lasted longer than the Snyderverse version. Outside of that standalone movie, it's like, all right, what are we gonna do now? So Flash burnt out. There's so much stuff. And it was worse with him because there's different Flashes that they could use. But, because they've always done a bastardized version of him, you can't really make Flash fresh, especially after the disaster that was that movie. Then, what about a street level character?
There was actually a point you had Grant Gustin and Ezra Miller actually on the same show.
Yeah. And then you have Green Arrow. Cool. He's a street level character, easy to shoot. But of course, he was in Smallville from 2006 to 2011. Then almost immediately, he had his own show. It lasted 8 years, from 2012 to 2020. His characters are in everything. And then you have the Titans. So that takes up those characters.
That's 4th season.
There's so much stuff. And they have just, I said diluted, but they've done this to themselves. You've done this to yourself, where they pumped out so much content that I would say doesn't matter, because you don't hear a lot of people going, oh man, Arrowverse, Green Arrow was amazing. The Flash was amazing that whole time. Supergirl, what a great show. It was like, it was fine for a season or two. Then it became a CW show. And I think those 3 characters in particular should do well on their own movies, but because they've had so much exposure with those shows and the core audience starving for comic book content, then when Marvel Studios during this time period of 2006, they were just 2 years away from Iron Man, to 2023, we're cranking out the Infinity Saga, making their characters movie stars, which meant they were going to the movies paying money to see these characters. And Spider-Man being the one outlier. You hadn't seen a bunch of Black Panther, Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, who was in the live action Hulk movie, TV movie. You didn't have these characters. So it was like fresh, clean slate for the audiences. I mean, yeah, you got your cartoon stuff, but live action, way different. And those audiences ate it up. But the DC ones, and I think Batman and Superman, maybe Wonder Woman, are the outliers from this whole thing with those other characters. Because, yeah, okay, it's a new Superman, it's a new Batman, it's a new Wonder Woman. Cool, just do them right. But I don't think they can with these other characters because they've used them, so much. And unless you go straight up classic comic book, which none of those shows did, even to the hair color of Green Arrow and Flash, it's not going to hit with audiences who have no idea. I mean, like, I've seen this guy already, right? He's the one that runs fast. Yeah, but he doesn't have as cool as super speed moments as Quicksilver. And it's like, okay, true. So what do you do? Is this a problem, or am I just kind of like overthinking this?
Wow, that was a lot of information for 15 minutes. Okay. There's a lot to deal with right now. I think your first problem is DC has a issue you mentioned early on. They have a culture issue. They hand the reins to what I'm gonna call film directors versus studio guys. The film directors are gonna micromanage in other people's studio and films and say, I know how to do a movie. I think that's what happened with Supergirl. That's why you got that James Gunn kind of effect when it really wasn't right for that movie. I think that's probably what's going to happen a lot because James Gunn's like, I know how to write really good films. Versus Marvel, Kevin Feige has never been hey, I know how to write films. He's overall, I know tone. I'm setting it. Here's what I want to go to. Here's the big picture. What I'm trying to do, and you guys get me there. I don't care how you get me there. Get me there. That's something DC is. Each time it says Christopher Nolan, we're gonna sit our whole universe while you do everything, and then we'll come in when we can be making other things. Oh, but sometimes then we have the other problem. Well, you can use him, but don't use this guy. But even though he makes sense to be in this team, don't use him because we're gonna use him. Oh, we're gonna kill Amanda Waller off in your show so we can use her in a movie. Figure out what lane we're in here, folks. And the next, with your big overall picture, I think there's a team behind your right ear that has never been touched. Justice Society. The overexposed argument does have a lot of merit. Hey, I've seen all these characters. I've recycled because I was looking at the one behind you, but is there any fresh stories I can tell about Superman, Batgirl? Even if I get to
maybe you could do a Batgirl movie.
Even if I get to Batman Incorporated, wait a minute, how much do I already have to have dropped in people about Batman? I don't know. Can I do a Zatanna? Can I do a Justice League that doesn't have Wonder Woman, Batman, and Superman? Hard sell for me to do because, I don't want these characters, and unless there's somebody bringing, what I've been saying earlier, I might not go see that movie. And then because it's such a big budget team, if you try and give me a Thunderbolts budget, it's going to be crap. And I'm not watching.
That was really crazy, though. James Gunn would be the perfect writer-director to do justice to the Justice League International version of the team. And you can have Batman on that team as the don't play with me. And just nobody cares. Like when they introduced Mr. Terrific, Metamorpho, Hawkgirl, and Guy Gardner in the Superman, I thought it worked. But I think Gunn would do a great version of the JLI because he's already geared towards writing comedic characters in chaotic situations. That's the JLI to a T. Mm-hmm. And you have heavy hitters like Captain Marvel, if you want to throw him in there, Martian Manhunter, Mr. Miracle, like cool characters that if the greater population was exposed to, I think they would be bigger than the Guardians franchise because they're relatable. Like Ted Kord, Blue Beetle, he is a regular dude piloting a giant beetle. Booster Gold is here because he wanted to make money and be a hero in the past for him. Martian Manhunter likes chocolate. He likes Oreos. Mr. Miracle, I'm away from hell. I'll hang out with you guys and do some fun stuff. Guy Gardner thinks he's the greatest thing ever. Black Canary's like, yeah, y'all aren't the real Justice League, but I'm here. Rocket Red is a charismatic Russian who's a really nice guy. And they've got Maxwell Lord, who is trying to make them his corporate team. It's all right there. And I think I had all kinds of thoughts about James Gunn's approach to the DC universe, but I feel like that was one had he done, and he could have done that early. That could have worked really well.
He can. That's the thing. If he can do that one right now. He doesn't have to waste any time. He's already got his Maxwell Lord. He's got Guy Gardner. Go right into that team. You were trying to, in the Peacemaker, you're kind of trying to set the tune for that. Go for it right now. Write the script. You can do this. You don't have to wait for, you're the studio head for the time being because I think his contract is actually up in 2000, either this year or next year. This is the pitch to say, hey, I got my Batman who I'm going with. This is my Batman for my universe. And give me that team. And I can actually write a movie that'll be really fun. You saw my track. The reason why they gave me the Keys to the Kingdom was because I wrote Guardians, and those are really good. I can write this team. I can do this with these guys. Give me a good Batman. I'm good to go. And these are characters, like I said, that are not overexposed. Nobody's like, oh, are you guys using that guy's Ted Kord? But I've seen 20 Ted Kords. Oh, I mean, your Guy Gardner is the first time we've seen him in live action is here. I mean, there is none of this has been recycled. This is probably your best opportunity to get around to do new property, new fresh property. Because even I was saying, oh, could you do the Titans? No, you can't do the Teen Titans because you need to hit the mentors before you jump into Teen Titans, or you run the risk of HBO's Titans, which was goodish. I'll say that.
This season 2 was.
Yeah, I mean, but you have they're long in the tooth on these characters. I mean, especially like when you were running down Kara, it was like, wow, I did not recognize how many times they've used Supergirl. And then, I mean, Arrow. Oh, I mean, Arrow, I remember, hey, dang, man, why are we not having Justin Hartley in this role? Like, I thought we covered every dang thing we needed to on Green Arrow. And then he gave me more. Okay, cool. You brought in some other little characters. I'm not talking about Mr. Tourist because he was trash, but you gave me so many more characters. Oh, and then, well, and then we're jumping right into Supergirl. It's like, wow, this is probably why you should have said, hey, don't use these characters versus use them. Oh, shoot, we should have told you not to use them all. But there is a large universe of characters that DC has, and they got to say, all right, we know our big three. We sell our comic book sales tell us who the big three is. But could we use a actual Superboy? We have not done with a Connor Kent. I mean, Connor Kent. We can do that now. We can
I
do
don't think
a Lex Luthor. Our version of Lex Luthor would totally. I mean, he's already tried to clone Superman once, but this time he does it a little different. And I mean, you don't need to reign as Superman, but we're gonna have to move through that. Past that, we're not using Doomsday. Just keep it moving. That's the storyline we're not touching. But we can use this. We can use this. We can make some of these other characters and make them fun. And again, make them fun.
We're punting the challenge. See, I think I read this on Twitter, and it was pretty good. They're going, because there was news that they are going to move forward with the Mr. Terrific series in addition to the Jimmy Olsen one. And this poster on Twitter said, this is like Marvel Studios doing Iron Man and then releasing Miss Marvel and Iron Fist and, you know, like some lower tier stuff instead of Thor, Captain America, and Hulk. It's like, yeah, but he's going, because he has this issue where he was like, all right, we're going to do movies and TV. And the TV was Peacemaker. I like season 2 more than season 1. I'm in the minority with that. But that's like Superman and Peacemaker. And it's like,
and Creature Commandos.
Yeah. So it's like, dude, if you can't do Batman because Matt Reeves woke up and said, wait, I have a Batman movie I'm working on. There are other characters. And I think a Martian Manhunter movie could be great. I think Justice League International movie could be great. Just have to go, which characters have we not done so much? And Lanterns, I think, not quite the way to go, because if you just read the Jeff Johns run, could have been set up a whole like foundational key to a movie universe, and just have Green Lantern as one. You know, you don't have to worry about Batman or Superman. Green Lantern can hold it down, and he's not a character you should have limited to the small screen.
I mean, with Green Lantern, you know how you say having people have the same powers makes Superman less special. Green Lantern, because how each Lantern has their unique, I mean, very distinct personalities, makes it so they're not the same character. These don't have the same power set. They don't do everything the same way. I mean, Kilowog is not rocking the same constructs as Hal Jordan. I mean, John Stewart is rocking very precise weaponry with his constructs. Hal Jordan's having fun with it. I mean, even Kyle Rayner is an artist, so his personality comes out of his constructs. Having that, I mean, even starting with that team versus a jaded 4-letter word throwing Hal Jordan. It's like, come on, like y'all want to go grounded, but you forget your whole universe isn't grounded. This is a whole. I don't need grounded space ring cops. I mean, put them in space dealing with some of the characters I met in Kara's universe that sucked, but at least have it like we're in space. Not, hey, you want to go in frontier land in Texas? Like, what the freak am I wasting my time watching this show for? Like, do you want another contract or are you just trying to get fired?
So I think there's a whole lot they could have done with Green Lantern. They chose a different approach.
Trying to get another Emmy.
Was this
everything is on? I said trying to get an Emmy because if it's not on HBO, people won't even know it's actually a show.
If you can't do Batman, do a Teen Titans or Young Justice, where Robin's the star and make it like Guardians, you can soft launch Batman while Matt Reeves still has his foot on the ground. See, the main thing with the Teen Titans / Young Justice, they have to be inspired, influenced by their mentors. And I'm not opposed to them doing a Justice League and then having the Teen Titans show up after or whatever, because I just feel like you don't want to make them kind of stand out. And the new Teen Titans could work, but you're still kind of running that same deal where you kind of want to have your Flash, your Batman, your Wonder Woman around before you. And, you know, of course, you can't throw Cyborg into this team because he was, you know, in Doom Patrol and Zack Snyder's Justice League. And you've got Beast Boy, and he was in Teen Titans, and Starfire was. It's just their whole problem. And I will say it this way: they weren't true enough to the characters to start, which I mean, of course, could make it easier for them to just do it right and then have that work. But you've got that initial bad taste in some fans' minds where it's like, I mean, because they did 2 cyborgs in live action. I'm not sure if either one were like, man, so great. I thought Ray Fisher came off much better in the Snyder cut of Justice League, but he didn't really do anything to really establish himself as Cyborg. Who can replace him?
Okay. So what do you say for the Marvel universe when it comes to X-Men? Do you say theirs has been bastardized too much that they can't do it right? Because I mean, just as we, you know, Bo DeMaio said, no, I can do them right, and you can use the same formula going forward. Just do them right. Just do the characters justice. You know, at least know their powers, their background, and what motivates them. Go from there. What is it? What's their North Star? And go from there. I mean, the Teen Titans, I say, is a harder lift because there was just a show, bastardized, a little bit, you know, way too adult. Trying to do that without, even though that was one of the most popular comic books, is a hard lift. I'm even looking up like
their grounded approach made it a hard lift because it was like, let's make them gritty, but it's like that wasn't the whole point of it. They were a family they created who were getting out of the shadows of their mentors. They found other teens who were trying to find their identity in a different way. And then they just became this group who was like, you know what? We don't need to be the Justice League. We're the Titans. And I felt like the show just kind of didn't really understand that, especially when you don't have the Justice League running around.
Well, I was going to say, I mean, the problem is they started with the Titans versus the Teen Titans. The Teen Titans would have worked, but the Teen Titans was the Titans, these dudes are all, midlife, world sucks. And Raven's the only one who are aged. That was a mistake. I mean, I'm looking at my animated universe. It's at very least start with the Bat family. It's, hey, we're gonna go with we have not seen. I mean, a Tim Drake. We can do. I mean, I know we're about to see Nightfall, which is really going to get introduced a lot of folks who might have read the comics or heard it was really good. Hopefully, they stay faithful to the source material on this. But at least going for Damian, Tim Drake, Dick Grayson, like that, and Barbara Gordon. That's a whole universe. I mean, at least the characters you can start. Like, all right, let's start ramping up what we can do with this family. I mean, because again, Batman has a lot of cool villains, and you can borrow some of his to put it on Nightwing or the Teen Titans. It's okay. They do fight them. But from where they're going is right now it's looking like a recipe for disaster.
Rick Cage says, how much solo comic history material is there for Terrific and Kara? See, that's the thing. I mean, Mr. Terrific, they actually did a really great comic book called The Terrifics, and he's with Plastic Man, Metamorpho, and Phantom Girl from the Legion of Superheroes. Those aren't household names. You could just take that, put him with 3 other characters who are fun, and just do that. And he's also a longtime leader of the Justice Society. You want to work in some of those characters, you could do that, because it doesn't have to be a Mr. Terrific standalone movie. It's fine, because ensembles proven to be pretty powerful and successful and profitable. That's the P word I was looking for Marvel Studios. And you don't have to, like Supergirl. I mean, they thought that was the case for her, so they put in Lobo. It's like, you don't really need Lobo here, but whatever. But Mr. Terrific can lead other heroes, and I think he's that kind of presence. Supergirl, whatever. I just feel like and you mentioned some other ones, but it's like you mentioned the Bat Family. The Bat Family is featured in every Batman movie, and they keep churning out these Batman animated movies, and it's cool. Most of them are good. There have been a ton of Batman series. Right now, I'm watching The Batman, and that was a good, fun series. It had several great Batman series. It's just like, I don't know. It's really tough for them to go, what are we going to say new with Batman?
All right. You're let's reverse in comic lore. What would be your 10 DC characters that have not been in multiple properties that they can actually run with to get to a movie, if not starring their own movie?
I think when you have teams, you have characters to play off of each other, and DC has a lot of great teams. Okay. I've said before, I think the Legion of Superheroes is ripe for doing and making a whole trilogy franchise, because you can feature different Legionnaires. They've got massive storylines of which you could draw from. And oh man, they killed Karate Kid. Oh no. Oh man, here comes Darkseid. Why is he here? Like, they have really strong stories. They can just pull from whatever to come up with 3 good movies. And you probably don't need to have 40 Legionnaires in your movie, but you could have 7 or like 5 or 7. And you can just keep, circle some out, cycle some out, cycle some in. And then when it's time for your big, ending of this trilogy, all the Legionnaires come through, because there's villains that you could have. They could fight the Legion of Super Villains. So they would be one that I think and they haven't been overexposed, because outside of Lightning Lad, Saturn Girl, and Cosmic Boy, they haven't been in anything live action wise. Let's take another turn here. You mentioned the Justice Society. I think they could do a World War II version, and they could also do the modern, which I always want to say modern, even though the book is like early 2000s, but with the next generation, and you could just have them reference them. One book. Yeah.
Would Stargirl mess that
up? No, because it was on CW, and I don't think enough people watched it.
Okay.
But
I like
you
Stargirl.
Just not make her the focal point. And one thing with Stargirl, they put all the rest of her fellow JSA members as her age. So if you flip that dynamic and had her being the only teenager with Jakeem Thunder and Thunderbolt, and have the rest as adults or young adults, so you have your old standard bearers like Hawkman, Flash, Wildcat, and Green Lantern and Flash, you've got them, and then you've got the second generation, like Jesse Quick, Our Man 2, who are like, yeah, we're carrying on the tradition for our parents. And Sand, yeah, I'm carrying on the tradition from my mentor, Sandman. Then you've got the younger generation like Cyclone, Stargirl, Jakeem. You're good. You've got three different dynamics to play with. And that's a run of really great stories too, which would make for easy to adapt into a trilogy of films. There's two, and then still focusing on that team squad. You could do the Outsiders. You don't have to have Batman for that team. Maybe that's where you throw Nightwing in, and he's filling in for Batman. And it's just, hey, I'm Dick Grayson. I've been holding on in Gotham. Batman, Bruce Wayne, my mentor was. Maybe you don't put him in there. Maybe you just have Geoforce, Black Lightning lead the Outsiders, and call it a day. Even though he had his own show, and it kind of worked them in, but the Outsiders could work. Street level heroes that occasionally fight major threats. So that's 3. Where else would I go with this? I would do a movie about the Question. He's a character. I mean, especially in this modern, who do you trust? Who can you trust? Are they shady? Are they not shady? A character like him, and pair him up with the Huntress. That worked in Justice League Unlimited, where he's I'm going to find this I'm paranoid about everything. Huntress is just, I'm beating down these fools because I'm pretty sure whoever you're investigating is involved in the mob family to kill my family. There you go. So you got a buddy / Ashwin or romance. You could do Romance in the Stone with them. You could also do Green Arrow and Black Canary as the, Ant-Man and the Wasp of the DC studios. Just those two. Don't need any other heroes. Just those two teaming up. They can fight whoever. That's easy as well. And you get the bickering couple who's maybe been in things a little bit too long. I don't know if this is going to work out. Oh man, now we face this major villain threat. I love you. I love you. Let's go off into the sunset. Oh man, here comes Green Lantern. Hey, it's going down. We need you. Oh, cool. Okay. So we got another Justice League. And then we don't focus on Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman with this Justice League. We tackle those other heroes. Elongated Man, Zatanna, Martian Manhunter, Red Tornado, Atom, Green Lantern, Flash. We got enough for a quality, credible Justice League to fight whoever. And back to Justice League, I would do Justice League Year One, where, Gunn already introduced this universe with all these heroes running around, but you could go call a movie JLA Year One, where before Superman arrives, there are 5 heroes: Hal Jordan, Aquaman, Flash, Black Canary, and which one I forget? Aquaman, Martian Manhunter. And they're trying to figure their way out, and the Justice Society is gone. You can still reference them because that way you could do your Justice League World War II project later. But you can do all of these things. There's so many great characters in DC. Rick Cage mentioned Rip Hunter. I feel like the Time Hunters or Rick Hunter, the Challengers, those are characters who, put a pin in them because we don't want to have too many niche characters early on. We want them to feel like these characters are main players. And I think we've seen with Marvel's Phase 4, it's like, here's the Thunderbolts, but they botched how they did the Thunderbolts. They had it served up on a platter for them to do an excellent version of the Thunderbolts, and they chose to do a Suicide Squad. Then, hey, let's form the champions low key. I don't know if that's been the right way to do, but man, there's so many great characters. Shoot, you could do a New Gods movie and have Darkseid leading Steppenwolf, Mantis, Caliban, and Orion. I mean, that's your Game of Thrones type deal in the DC Studios universe. Mr. Miracle.
What about Themyscira?
No. I mean, geez, The Flash has so much potential for a franchise because it's like a legacy thing. If you wanted to have some real fun with it, you could start your first Flash movie with Jay Garrick fighting in World War II times. And then he's running, and all of a sudden he sees this other guy who's dressed in a red outfit. Who are you? And then that's your post-credit scene. Then our second movie focuses on Barry Allen, who is a blonde with a crew cut, and he's navigating because we've already introduced him in JLA Year One. Oh, my name is Barry Allen. I'm the fastest man alive. Happy go lucky, nice guy, Boy Scout, superhero, fighting a gang of rogues who are rogues. Then the third film, Wally West. My name is Wally West. I'm taking over from my mentor who died in this crisis. It's a long story. Maybe one day I'll share it. He's trying to live up to the legacy of his great uncle, who was this amazing hero. Everyone loved him. Some of his fellow heroes are looking at him like, dude, you're not your uncle. I think you could have a cameo of that guy, elongated man, one of Flash's best friends, constantly going, you're not as good as your uncle. And then later on in the movie, it's like, yeah, I knew you could be as good as him. I've just been pushing you this whole time. And he fights the rogues who are like, dude, you're not your uncle. You're not the real Flash. We can beat you. And then Wally's adventures could span off to a whole other trilogy because Wally is a great character full of great stories. Let me see. I feel like I've given you a ton to work with if you wanted me to head up DC Studios. But that's what I would do.
Okay. All right. That was the next question. I saw that comment. I'm like, but what you got?
See, if anyone were to go, we're making a movie with a guy with a mask, a tree, a raccoon, a green guy with tattoos and knives, and another green chick, and who's using blasters. People like, no, what? One of the characters named Rocket Raccoon? No way. We're never greenlighting this. I think James Gunn is the kind of filmmaker who can make those quirky things mainstream. JLI, you've got heavy hitters. That's why I made sure to say Guy Gardner, who's a Green Lantern, not the Green Lantern. He's got a chip on his shoulders because he's not the Green Lantern. You got Captain Marvel, who, man, I want to be as good as Superman. And you have to have him cheerful. He can't be a jaded modern teenager. He's got to be a kid who wants to do right, even as an adult.
I thought you said Captain Adam. I'm like, what are you talking about? I mean,
let's say Adam. I thought I said Marvel.
You may have, but my head might have been thinking Captain when you said Captain Marvel. I thought
Captain Adam's part of that team too.
He's definitely not a teenager, but
yeah. So I mean, you can make people find heroes to be heavy hitters. I don't think we've seen any of the characters in Phase 4 of Marvel Studios be treated like heavy hitters. The Thunderbolts are treated like the dregs and Bucky. It's like all these leftover. Oh, yeah, I remember Ghost from Ant-Man and the Wasp. Who else? Well, yeah, bootleg Captain America. Yeah, okay. Like they were rejects.
Guy fit in his Captain America suit. Yeah,
yeah, exactly. Oh, I'm so funny. If you treat them like that, the audiences are going to go, yep, they're losers. But if you have the characters in JLI specifically not think of themselves as losers, like, Booster Gold doesn't think he's a loser. Guy Gardner sure as heck doesn't think he's a loser. Maybe you have one of the characters like Black Canary going, no, Guy, you're a chauvinistic pig and you're a loser. And she's really happy. And you don't even need to have Batman. You can just have one scene with him getting punched and Black Canary going, I can't believe I missed this. Like, they are major players and you treat them like such. Captain Adam is no sucker and he's a big hero too. I mean, that's one. Those characters don't get enough love in DC. That was a great team and they have a spinoff and they fight this group and it's a really great storyline too. And it's just, there's a ton of potential and they don't have to be losers. I think the reason why Supergirl flopped was no one knew who it was for. She's partying, she's getting drunk, and yeah, it's like, this is a James Gunn movie, but just make it a Supergirl movie. But again, to my earlier point, she's been in a ton of stuff. So let's do this thing that people probably haven't read and let's make it into our second movie in this universe.
Okay.
It didn't work out, but
all right. So now let's talk about, a little bit of credibility here. James Gunn said, we're not going to make movies until they're ready. We're not going to go on a time frame on who needs to come out. We're going to go with a movie when it's ready and it meets the expectation of what the fans want. seeing Kara, I mean, the Supergirl, it did not meet the expectation. As you said, everybody's piling on. Oh, there was a studio cut, then there's a director's cut, and they had dueling canes events on trying to make sure which version worked, and neither of them really worked. It is Jane. If that was the case, that should have been caught in the script. It shouldn't have gotten greenlit because it was a finished script. This was not a good script. Whichever jump y'all went, it was not.
I still want you to read the comic book.
If you would use the comic book, that would have been a better idea than okay, we think we know where we're going. This script, if you read this versus seeing it in live action, you said this doesn't work. How am I? I'm not rooting for. Kara's got some stuff going on in her life. Where are we going? Is she heroic or is she trying to steadily get through to that point? But she really doesn't even get to the point, even to me, at the end of the movie. She's just a good actress, but it was not this revelation of her as a character.
All right, so I definitely want to mention this one for Michael Solis, and I'm talking too long. I feel like anytime people use the Guardians as look, people went out to see this movie. So forget that Marvel became a trusted brand superheroes at the time. But let me because I feel like, yeah, that is true. But also, let's go with Iron Man hit. Undeniable. Incredible Hulk. Not as many people liked it. Iron Man 2, people like Tony Stark, Robert Downey Jr. Thor, okay, good enough. Because I always say Thor just needed to be decent. And I thought they handled it fine. It's not the greatest movie. And I feel like most people would have it in their top 20 MCU films. Next was Captain America, the First Avenger. To King Ledger's point, that was set in World War II. So you can make a World War II movie work. And no one cared about Captain America outside of hardcore comic book fans. And they took a period character, or they made a character, decided, let's not set him in the modern universe. Let's go period. Make him come to this world, the time frame, so people will be invested in this story. It worked. Then they go with the Avengers. But phase 2, when we get our first Guardians, was not great. You talk to a lot of people and they break down the lowest before phase 4. They'll have the first 2 movies as some of the worst. Iron Man 3, Dark World, Thor the Dark World. It's only rebounded dramatically before Guardians because we get Winter Soldier. And then it's Guardians. So it wasn't like Marvel's on this can't lose streak of hot movies. People were like, oh, that was great. And then when Guardians came, it was like, is it going to be like Iron Man 3 and Thor the Dark World? Because it feels like 2 out of 3 were shaky. And Guardians just worked. And from that point on, they had this, they're just rolling.
Okay.
It wasn't like it was firm before then.
Was Dark World not loved by everybody or just some people? Because it's one of my, it was before all of this, it was one of my least favorite. I thought the colors, it was a very different direction than the first Thor movie. It leaned in the wrong comedy versus what they did in the first one.
It's 67% on Rotten Tomatoes, 74% with the audience.
What was Thor, though? I don't think Thor was gangbuster either. It just, that dude looks like Thor. Okay, it gets to
Thor 77 and 76.
Yeah. Like it wasn't that super drop off. It was okay. All right. We're going there. I'm with you. I'm not. All right.
So here's the Iron Man films. First one, 94%. Iron Man 2, 72%. Iron Man 3, 79%. Let me go with the audience for both of those. So Iron Man 3 was 78%. And Iron Man 2 audience score was 71%. So it was not this thing where Marvel was on this amazing high street. People were like, this isn't as good as this movie that I liked before it. It was like, they're a decent, consistent quality that I'll go and see it. But it wasn't like these are the greatest superhero movies ever. That didn't come until, I would argue, with phase 2 after, I would say phase 2 had 2 really good movies, great ones, with Winter Soldier, Guardians. Age of Ultron, you know my feelings on the dumbness of killing the speedster.
Right.
But phase 3 was when it was just awesome. That was when Marvel Studios became Marvel Studios, because that one was the one where it felt like everything they released was just a banger after another. So we had Captain America, Civil War, Doctor Strange, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, Spider-Man Homecoming, Thor Ragnarok, Black Panther, Infinity War, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Captain Marvel, Endgame, Far From Home. Like the weakest one of that is Doctor Strange, Ant-Man and the Wasp. Everything else, really solid. All right, let me see here. Rick Cage. I liked all the Thor flicks. Ragnarok best. I liked the first 3 just fine.
That is a hot take. I like standing on that, Green. It was good.
That Iron Man movie just took off, and he brought those other characters with him. DC characters just haven't.
But that's the thing where I say a studio guy can say, "Hey, I get you trying to make your character the man, but I need to go this way." James Gunn, great job on making, Superman, but also thank you for bringing on these other characters. Now do something with them. I mean, we have the opportunity to get to a JLI movie. Now do it. Don't, hey, we'll go where, when the thing's ready. No, I need you to get there. I mean, Man of Tomorrow. Hey, I don't need Lex Luthor redeemed. Like, that's not what I don't need Lex Luthor to be Loki. I need Lex Luthor to be the dude he actually is. Like, he thinks he is an ego-driven maniac who thinks the world should revolve around him. Like, don't try and redeem this dude. Oh, he's found his higher purpose. No, I need to get to my big blockbuster $1 billion plus movie. I need it to be Toy Story without even looking, without blinking. That's what I'm trying to get to. Like if you fail to do that, you failed as a creator to me. If I'm a studio head.
Well, we'll see on this soon. Maybe Clayface will make $1 billion. All right. Well, it's overtime. Let's talk about your nominees for Dummy of the Week. Who are you going with? There's so many options.
Man, I mean, oh gosh. All right. So I'm gonna go with my PG version, so I don't go with the one that I think is so ridiculous. But let's have a little fun. I'm gonna go with the head of FIFA. I get you. You've had rumors that y'all are the most corrupt sports organization ever. But maybe don't reinstate the guy after the guy who's famous for blabbing about every call he's ever made gives you a call and say, "Hey, you mind changing that?" "Sure, homie." You don't say anything to anybody. "No problem. I got, man, you know me, man. I got so much on my plate. I'm not telling anybody that I called you."
I'm good for it.
Yeah, dude. Don't worry about it, man. I'm not typing as we speak, man. No problem. Just the fact that you were, it was bad. It was a bad call, a red card. But yeah, it's just, I get it. Sorry, it's these things happen in sports. But not just sticking on your principle like, all right, it is what it is. See you guys in 4 years. Thanks for hosting. Nah, but to just reverse course and then just, hey, have everybody know that it was because I called. Like, dude, be cool. Just wait at least 6 months before you say you called me. But to reverse course after a call from the dude that's going to tell everybody your business, bad call. So he's my dummy of the week.
Mine has to be Sony. They are just like living to give Domino's and KFC social media feeds something to do. After this debacle where you can't mention Sony without people going, "Forget Sony," and they're not saying forget. I saw one really creative one where they had all their Blu-rays and physical games boxes spelling it. It was pretty solid. And they've been mute on social media, just chilling, kind of waiting for the firestorm to die down. And they're like, "Hey, we got a new fighting game controller. Who's down?" I scrolled for a long time cracking up reading the comments because I just wanted to see one person going, this is a really good thing. I'm really excited about this fight. No one said that. They were like, yo, what about, is the controller digital? How do I redeem it? And they just, hey, don't forget about the whole bring back the physical disc. We haven't forgotten. You can't ignore us. And then Domino's jumped in there and said, hey, thanks. Thanks to y'all, we sold over 200,000 pizzas this week. Maybe we'll send you a free one. It'll be digital. You can redeem it. Like, they're just getting pinated, and they have it coming. So it's just really funny watching all this play out. And it seems like there's just about money. Shocker, greedy people in 2026. But it's lame to piss off, even if it's 5% of your fan base, even if it's 2% of your fan base, just to make more money. How about just keep making stuff that people want to buy? That's never not worked for business.
I mean, as when you sent me the thread, it was just like, they finally came up for air. It was just so, why did you bother? I mean, this was like, hey, wait at least a month before you jump into this media storm and say, hey, we're evaluating. Just say, hey, we'll throw up that test flare, and if they come for us, come on, bring it down. But hey, man, here's something you can spend your money on. Oh, word? Gotcha. Like, that was just, I mean, I felt sorry for the lady who probably got nasty things just because they were ready for anybody for Sony to just jump out there. And
you know what? Before I go, I'm on Twitter seeing if there's any news we missed out. Brandon Ayuk, man, dude, what are you doing? He's been like dancing, literally like whatever kids do in their dances now, and like talk about, hey, you can see me playing with the Commanders this season. Then he gets into a Twitter beef with Jaden Daniel. It's so absurd. Just
how are you gonna say, hey, the dude that needs to sign off on me coming to this team, hey boy, get out of your mama's skirt. You obviously have too much money. I mean, it's just, you don't want to play. I mean, just, you want to see how, you know what? I see those veteran minimums, and I want to see how life is with those. You know, I really can figure out I can budget really well with that veteran minimum, playing 3 games this year.
So he just posted a few hours ago. He said he was talking about, he tried to reach out to Jaden, and he said, I don't do that internet bro. Hit my phone if you got to talk to me. You got my number. I called and he didn't answer. You know what? He might have a life. He might be trying to get ready for, the season, something you're not doing.
A contract. I mean, it's to say you don't talk that mess, but you started this mess on Twitter. It's not like James getting down this. You were mad because some 49er fan said, bump that dude. Jaden didn't. Hey, I'm sorry, Captain Save-A-Hose here. I don't want you talking like that about my boy who doesn't actually respect his team. Like, dude, hey boy, don't you be laughing at me. I mean, like, bruh, he's a grown man that ain't got a contract. He knows where his house is next year. What about you? Tommy.
He's wild. So anyway, that's it. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us. Mr. Lorenzo, Pack Rat, Michael Solis, King Collector, Sir Rick Cage, King Collector. Let's see here. Where we go? I got Rick Cage and Snake Eyes, Mark A. Hello, Jalen Parks, Lawson Wallace. Let's see. Did I forget anybody?
Mr. Bailey.
I said him. This is the first one I said. All right. I think I got everybody. All right. Well, tomorrow we're back on with another installment, of course, Lyle's Figure Files. Jace, thank you as always for hanging out, Bro Shot. We'll be back next week. Maybe we should do a movie.
Yeah.
All right. We'll talk about it. For now, this episode of Lyle's Movie Files has been filed.